Death is an end to the grave. Grace and peace, everybody. Welcome to Sabbath School Study Group. We're starting a new 5-part series. This is a big one because we are looking at spiritualism exposed. Just one on the other. I mean, those are two big deals, exposing and then spiritualism. But bringing those together like only the Bible can, to expose not just the attacks of the enemy to deceive us, but more importantly, to recognize the truth of God's power to redeem us, even to resurrect us. But before we unpack it, I want to thank you for watching. Please subscribe to the channel. Make sure you like this video so somebody else can find it. We need this truth out there. And please visit us online at changeministry.org. Go there so you can see a whole lot more on this very subject, but even more and beyond, and be blessed. Death as an end is important to notice because most people understand death to be a transition from one state of life or one stage of life to some other form of life. But not only that, the idea of where we go to being somewhere else other than what the Bible describes. So these are two misunderstandings that are clearly understood by Scripture, that death is real, it is an end, and that ending is in a resting place known as the grave. Psalm 6. Verse 5, it says, "For in death there is no remembrance of thee. In the grave, who shall give thee thanks?" This verse is the basis of our truth and its arithmetic. The fact that death is a reality. And David is saying that in this state that no one can remember God, even the Creator. No remembrance of thee is what he says. David also verifies that where this takes place, it's in the grave. He doesn't even allude to there being another location, whether it's heaven or even if it's hell or somewhere in between or somewhere else altogether. The Bible makes it very clear that death is real and that in its reality, it exists in only one place, and that is in the grave. But the Bible doesn't stop there. In Psalm 115, verse 17, it says of the dead who would be in a state of death in the grave, the dead praise not the Lord, neither any that go down into silence. There is no praise in death in the grave, and there is no sound even other than praise going on. The Bible is letting us know. So that includes not just praise, but even pain. Some people have the burden and the anxiety of thinking that those that they love or care for are in a state of suffering, while others have this state of ecstasy to think that the loved ones or even those who they do not love are somewhere in heaven enjoying while they are on this earth suffering. That's not what the Bible is saying at all. The Bible is saying that in the grave is a place of no remembrance of God. So if you can't remember God, then that means they don't remember us. There's no remembrance of anything because they are in silence. They are at an end. So now look at the poetic irony of the Bible. The very psalm that we just read and all the divisions of it that all testify to the same truth, that death is real and it ends in the grave. Look at who testifies to the truth. The psalmist himself, when he comes to die. The Bible says in 1 Kings chapter 2, verse 10, "So David slept with his fathers and was buried in the city of David." David comes to an end in this book in the same way that he comes to an end in this life. And in this life, David lived, he had highs and he had lows. But when it came to the grave, all of that ended. Even when it came to the relationship or the connection that David has with the earth as much as with his creator, it ends in the grave in a state of rest, a state of peace. So to look at our comparisons, there is no pleasure and there is no pain. There is just an end. But for the believer, it's not the ultimate end. Let's stop here for now. We're going to build to recognize what death is and what it isn't, but also to see what's on the other side, who can bring us there to it.